lived and why their work still matters. Val Kilmer. Val Edward Kilmer was born on December 31st, 1959, in Los Angeles, California. The son of Eugene and Gladys Kilmer, he grew up in the San Fernando Valley with a strong interest in art and performance. After his parents' divorce and the tragic death of his younger brother Wesley, Val turned increasingly to acting as both an outlet and a passion. His talent became clear early on, and he attended Chatsworth High School, where he was classmates with future actors Kevin Spacey and Mare Winningham. Kilmer's dedication to the craft led him to Juilliard's drama division, where he was one of the youngest students ever admitted. By the early 1980s, he was working in stage productions and making his way into film. His breakout came in the comedy Top Secret 1984, which showed his sharp comedic timing. 2 years later, in 1986, Kilmer took on the role of Lieutenant Tom "Iceman" Kazansky in Top Gun. The film was a global sensation, and Kilmer's steely presence made him one of Hollywood's most in-demand young actors. Through the 1990s, Kilmer showcased his versatility. He gave a chilling performance as Jim Morrison in The Doors, 1991, one of his most acclaimed dramatic roles. He starred as Doc Holliday in Tombstone, 1993, delivering a performance that remains a fan favorite. He also entered the superhero pantheon as Batman in Batman Forever, 1995. His role in Michael Mann's Heat, 1995, further demonstrated his ability to stand alongside legends like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. However, Kilmer's career was not without controversy. He developed a reputation for being difficult on set, something he later admitted came from his perfectionist nature and devotion to authenticity. Despite this, his body of work remained strong, with roles in The Saint, 1997, Wonderland, 2003, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, 2005. In his personal life, Kilmer married actress Joanne Whalley in 1988, and together they had 2 children, Mercedes and Jack, before divorcing in 1996. He maintained a close relationship with his children throughout his life. In the mid-2000s, Kilmer faced a major health battle. He was diagnosed with throat cancer, which led to significant treatments and surgeries that permanently affected his voice. For years, he was largely absent from Hollywood, but his resilience and faith he was a devout Christian Scientist kept him hopeful. In 2021, he appeared in Top Gun: Maverick, reprising his role as Iceman in a deeply emotional scene that acknowledged both his character and his real-life health struggles. On April 1st, 2025, Val Kilmer died at the age of 65 from complications related to pneumonia. His death was met with tributes from across the film world, celebrating a career that spanned comedy, action, and drama. Kilmer's legacy is that of a gifted actor who never stopped striving for authenticity and whose performances remain some of the most memorable of his generation. Michael Madsen. Michael Madsen was born on September 25, 1957 in Chicago, Illinois. The son of a firefighter and a writer, he grew up in a working-class household, developing toughness and independence early in life. His sister, Virginia Madsen, would also become a successful actress. Madsen began acting in the early 1980s, working his way through small roles before landing parts that highlighted his rugged charisma. His breakthrough came in 1992 with Quentin Tarantino's debut feature, Reservoir Dogs. As Mr. Blonde, Madsen delivered a performance that was both terrifying and magnetic. The infamous "stuck in the middle with you" scene, where his character casually tortured a hostage, became one of the most talked about moments in modern cinema and defined Madsen's screen persona. He went on to appear in a number of crime and action films throughout the 1990s, including Free Willy, 1993, Donnie Brasco, 1997, and Species, 1995. He reunited with Tarantino in Kill Bill, Volume 1, 2003, and Volume 2, 2004, as the weary but dangerous Bud. Madsen's ability to play morally complex men with a mix of menace and humanity made him a staple of gritty action and crime films. Away from the big screen, Madsen was also a published poet, with several collections reflecting his personal struggles and outlook on life. His writing revealed a more introspective side, contrasting with the hardened characters he played on screen. His personal life, however, was often turbulent. He was married 3 times and had several children, including actor Christian Madsen. Financial difficulties and legal troubles occasionally made headlines, but those who worked with him often spoke of his loyalty and passion for filmmaking. On July 3, 2025, Michael Madsen died at his Los Angeles home from heart failure at the age of 67. His death was widely mourned in Hollywood, particularly by Quentin Tarantino, who considered Madsen one of his most trusted collaborators. Madsen's legacy lies in his authenticity. He was never the polished leading man, but instead the embodiment of Hollywood's rough edges, a performer who brought grit, danger, and vulnerability to every role. His body of work stands as a testament to the value of character actors who can elevate every scene they enter. Joe Don Baker. Joe Don Baker was born on February 12, 1936 in Groesbeck, Texas. The son of a policeman, he grew up with a strong sense of discipline and resilience. After serving in the Army, he pursued an education in acting, studying at the Actors Studio in New York before beginning his career in television in the 1960s. Baker's breakthrough came in 1973 with Walking Tall, in which he portrayed Sheriff Buford Pusser, a real-life Tennessee lawman known for his crusade against organized crime and corruption. The film, made on a modest budget, became a surprise hit and turned Baker into a symbol of American justice. His performance embodied toughness and determination, and it made him a household name in the action genre. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Baker appeared in a wide range of films, often playing rugged lawmen or villains. He starred in Mitchell, 1975, a film later remembered for its cult following, and appeared in numerous crime thrillers and westerns. His tall frame and commanding voice made him a natural fit for roles that required physical presence and authority. In the 1980s and 1990s, Baker became associated with the James Bond franchise. He first appeared as a villain in The Living Daylights, 1987, then returned as CIA agent Jack Wade in Goldeneye, 1995, and Tomorrow Never Dies, 1997. These roles introduced him to a new generation of action fans and solidified his place in the genre's history. Despite his fame, Baker remained a private man. He never sought out the celebrity lifestyle, preferring to live quietly away from Hollywood. His colleagues often described him as professional and no-nonsense, a reflection of the roles he played on screen. Joe Don Baker passed away in May 2025 at the age of 89 after a battle with lung cancer. His death marked the loss of one of the classic American tough guys, a performer who bridged the worlds of westerns and modern action films. His work, particularly in Walking Tall, continues to influence how justice and toughness are portrayed in cinema. Val Kilmer, Michael Madsen, and Joe Don Baker were very different men, yet each helped shape the face of action cinema in their own way. Kilmer brought intelligence and depth to blockbuster roles, balancing artistry with stardom. Madsen gave the genre grit and danger, showing that character actors could become legends. Baker embodied the old-school tough guy, anchoring stories of justice and strength that defined a generation of action films. Their careers spanned decades and left audiences with performances that remained vivid long after the credits rolled. Beyond their work, they lived complicated lives, full of challenges, triumphs, and humanity. Their deaths remind us of the passage of time, but their films ensure they remain with us. In the end, action cinema is about more than stunts and spectacle. It's about the people who bring those stories to life. Val Kilmer, Michael Madsen, and Joe Don Baker gave us unforgettable characters and moments that will continue to resonate with audiences for years to come. Their legacies are secure, and their stories remain part of Hollywood history. Comment on which tragic deaths of famous people we should investigate next, and feel free to subscribe to support us.